नमः सर्वेभ्यः। अद्य तिङन्तप्रक्रियायाम् ऊनपञ्चाशः पाठः, अक्टोबर् मासस्य 11 दिनाङ्कः। येनाक्षरसमाम्नायमधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतञ्जलिं पाणिनिं सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयम्। जुहोत्यादिगणस्य अध्ययनम् आरब्धवन्तः। तत्र अभ्यासात् पूर्वं किञ्चित् पुनरावर्तनं कुर्मः। जुहोत्यादिगणः धातुपाठे तृतीयः गणः शप् विकरणः। औत्सर्गिकतया कर्तरि शप् इत्यनेन शप् विधीयते। अस्य विशेषः जुहोत्यादिभ्यः श्लुः इत्यनेन शपः श्लुना लोपः विधीयते। अतः शप् क्रियते लुप्यते च। श्लुना लुप्ते श्लौ iti dvitvam prayojanam. So the purpose of having that shap and deleting it by shlu is to get dvitva using shlau. तत्र द्वित्व प्रकरणं दृष्टं। तत्र कानिचन सामान्यसूत्राणि सन्ति। एकाचो द्वे प्रथमस्य। सामान्यतः यत्र यत्र द्वित्वं भवति तत्र प्रथमस्य एकाचः द्वे. The first ekach is doubled. So ekah ach yasya saha ekach. So ekach is that group of letters containing one ach. So it includes all consonants. So before and after. Okay, so there is one ach, and before and after whichever consonants come along with it is considered as ekach. So prathamasya ekachah dvestah. The first ekach is doubled in all cases of dvitva. So the normal cases. Ajader dvitiyasya yatra anekach ajadishcha bhavati angam, or whatever is undergoing dvitva happens to be anekach and ajadi, beginning with an aja, beginning with an ach, then dvitiyasya ekachah dve stah. So instead of the first ekach we double the second ekach. Okay, so these two are something like a paribhasha which governs dvitva everywhere. Nandraha संयोगादयः. संयोगादयः नकार दकार रेफाः न द्वे स्तः, तेषां द्वित्वं न भवति इति तृतीया परिभाषा. So these three will be applicable to dvitva everywhere, as in this dvitva. Remember, अष्टाध्याय्यां द्वित्वं द्वयोस्थलयोः उच्यते. अत्र षष्ठद्वित्वं, the dvitva in the 6th adhyaya is for the letters. Okay, so there is one more in the Ashtamadhyaya which is for the words themselves. Say you say punah punaha or pade pade. So nitya vipsayoho ityarabhya padasya dvitvam vidhiyate. So that is a different dvitva. So there is always a difference between the shashtha dvitva and the ashtama dvitva. Okay, so these sutras all refer only to this dvitva prakarana, which is the shashtha dvitva or the varna dvitva, where we are doubling the a part of the word and not the word itself. किञ्च पूर्वोऽभ्यासः उभे अभ्यस्तम् इति सूत्रद्वयेन संज्ञाद्वयं विधीयते. यत्र द्वित्वं क्रियते तत्र पूर्वः अवयवः. So द्वित्वम् इत्युक्ते द्विः उच्चारणं, तत्र अवयवद्वयं भवति. तत्र पूर्वस्य अवयवस्य अभ्यासः इति संज्ञा भवति. उभे अभ्यस्तम्, उभयोः अवयवयोः समुदितयोः अभ्यस्तम् इति संज्ञा भवति. So both samnyas are to be remembered. What is abhyasa and what is abhyasta, because there are karyas specified for abhyasa and there are karyas specified for abhyasta. एतानि द्वित्वस्य सामान्यसूत्राणि. श्लौ इति सूत्रेण द्वित्वं विधीयते. So none of these actually gives dvitva. It just tells you what to do in case of a dvitva. sutra which actually gives dvitva in case of the Juhotyadigana is Shlau. Okay? So as we saw last class, there are other sutras for dvitva in other cases. So in lit lakara, all dhatus get dvitva by liti dhatu or anabhyasasya. And if it is a sannanta or a yanganta, again all dhatus get dvitva by sanyangoho. In lung lakara, there are some dhatus which have chang as a vikarana. So changi ityanena api dvitvam bhavati. So the dvitva vidhayaka sutra may be different in different cases. Tritiya ganasya dhatunam rupa siddhau shlau ityanena dvitvam bhavati. द्वित्वे कृते अभ्यासकार्याणि सामान्यतः भवन्ति. The first part, that is the abhyasa, undergoes a series of changes. तत्र सामान्य अभ्यासकार्याणि सूत्रपञ्चकेन दीयन्ते. हलादिशेषः, अभ्यासस्य आदिः हल् शिष्यते, अन्ये हलः लुप्यन्ते. So a hal which is at the beginning of abhyasa will remain, and all other consonants will be deleted. So in anything, wherever, say jan ityasti, ditve krate jan jan, tatra hal dvayam asti, jakarah nakarah, adau vidyamanah jakarah shishyate, anyah nakarah lupyate, jajan. So this will apply whatever the number of consonants. It is only one consonant which is at the beginning of abhyasa which remains, everything else is deleted. ह्रस्वः, अभ्यासस्य ह्रस्वः भवति. So any vowel in the abhyasa is shortened. यथा दा इत्यस्ति, द्वित्वे कृते दा दा, अभ्यासस्य ह्रस्वे कृते ददा ददाति. So you will not hear any long vowels at the beginning or in the abhyasa part of a dhatu. Sarvatra hrasvaha ityanena hrasvaha vidhiyate. कुहोश्चुः, कु इति कवर्गः हकारः, हकारकवर्गयोः चवर्गादेशः भवति अभ्यासे. अतः ककारः अस्ति चेत् चकारः, खकारस्य छकारः, गकारस्य जकारः इत्येवं रीत्या कवर्गाक्षराणां चवर्गाक्षराणि आदेशत्वेन भवन्ति. एवं हकारस्य, यत्र हकारः अस्ति अभ्यासे, तस्यापि चवर्गाक्षरम् आदेशत्वेन भवति. तस्य चतुर्थः अर्थात् झकारः आदेशः आन्तरतम्यात्. हकारः हश्वर्णः अपि च महाप्राणः, अतः महाप्राणः हश् अर्थात् झकारः हकारस्य आदेशः भवति. कि द्वित्वे कि कि, ककारस्य कुहोश्चुः इति चुट्वे चिकि. एवं हु हुः झुः भवति. चतुर्थं सूत्रमस्ति अभ्यासे चर्चा. अभ्यासे विद्यमानानां झल् वर्णानां चर् आदेशः अथवा जश् आदेशः भवति. अतः प्रथमद्वितीययोः चर्, तृतीयचतुर्थयोः जश्. So you always hear either the first letter or the third letter in the abhyasa. द्वितीयचतुर्थयोः श्रवणं कदापि न भवति अभ्यासे. झुः जष्ट्वे कृते जुः. एवं छ खाद् चर्त्वे कृते चखाद् इति भवति. भिभि बिभि. पञ्चमं सूत्रमस्ति उरत्. अभ्यासे उहु, उहु नाम ऋवर्णस्य इत्यर्थः. पितृ इत्यस्य यथा पितुः तथा ऋ इत्यस्य उहु इति रूपं षष्ठ्येकवचने. उहु नाम ऋवर्णस्य अत् इत्यादेशः भवति. अभ्यासे ऋवर्णस्य सृ इत्यस्ति, सृ सृ द्वित्वे कृते सृ सृ. अभ्यासवर्णस्य अदादेशः उरण् रपरः इति रपरः, अतः सृ सृ. पुनः हलादिशेषः इत्यनेन रेफे लुप्ते ससृ इति भवति. एवं पृ इत्यस्य पर् पृ, ह्रस्वस्यापि भवति दीर्घस्यापि भवति. एवं रीत्या जुहोत्यादिगणस्य धातूनां सामान्य अभ्यास कार्ये कृते किं स्यात् इति दृष्टम्. गतवर्गस्य अभ्यासः द्वित्वे कृते किं रूपं स्यात् इति वक्तव्यम्. अतः अत्र द्वित्वस्य किं निमित्तम् इति न वक्तव्यम्. The द्वित्वविधायकसूत्र may not be the same everywhere. I mean, we have studied only shlau, but not all these dhatus are in the juhotyadiganam. So there are other nimittas also. Say in case of path gam, we will have to assume liti dhatu or anabhyasasya, lit lakara. In some cases it is a sannanta. So I used sun to make it anekach. Okay. So in that case we will have to assume sanyangoham. That is okay. I mean, I don't want the sutra which gives dvitva. Kintu dvitve krite kim rupam syat ityeva vaktavyam. Kim अभ्यास कार्य विधायकेषु सूत्रेषु कस्य प्रवृत्तिः भवति इति. अस्तु रविचंद्रन जी, want to start?
Yeah, pat become pa pat ekacho dve pratamasya become pa pat
pathu pathu. It becomes pathu.
Pat. Then it becomes Aladisesha becomes pa pat, then pa pat.
So द्वित्वे कृते पठ पठ हलादिशेषः इत्यनेन ठकारस्य लोपः पपठ इति रूपम्. Next one please. You can do two at a go.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Gam, then ekacho dve pratamasya. Then haladisesha become ga gam. Then kuhoschuhu become jagam.
जगम इति भवति. गम 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 हलादिशेषः इत्यनेन लोपे ग गम कुहोश्चुः इत्यनेन गकारस्य जकारादेशः जगम. राव महोदय. हाँ.
क्लिद क्लिद एकाचो द्वे प्रथमस्य इत्यनेन क्लिद क्लिद. And then we have ito num dhato ityanena klind klind.
First only we do numagama first and then dvitva.
Okay. Klind klind, then halashesha ki klind. Kuhoschuhu ityanena ki klind chiklind.
Chiklind. So klidi iti iditvat idito num dhatoh iti numagame klind ityasti. It is still ekach. So we double the entire thing. Klind klind. तत्र अभ्यासे चत्वारः हलः सन्ति. ककारः लकारः नकारः दकारः. हलादिशेषः आदिः हल् नाम ककारः शिष्यते. अन्ये हलः लुप्यन्ते. So everything else lakara nakara and dakara is all deleted. So we get ki klind. अनन्तरं कुहोश्चुः इत्यनेन चकारादेशे कृते चिक्लिन्द इति भवति. Yes, next one please.
Okay. घृष् एकाचो द्वे प्रथमस्य इत्यनेन घृष् घृष् हलादिशेषः घृ घृष् and urat ghar घृष् again हलादिशेषः gha घृष् and I can end there as a gha घृष्, or I think if you take the guna for the second part, it will
no, you have the kuhoshchu. Yeah, you should have
kuhoshchu and then abhyase ketcha ja ja
Jaghrish. It's okay. I mean, guna is, we don't know if we'll have guna, but ghrish Ityasti ghrish ghrish. So we can either, doing haladi sheshaha at the beginning, there is only one hal. So, sorry, there are two hals, but still, yeah, as he did, we can either do haladi sheshaha, urat, again haladi sheshaha, or do urat. So it becomes ghrish ghrish, then haladi sheshaha, ghrish, kuhoshchuhu, घृष अभ्यासे चर्चा जघृष जघृष इति रूपम्. नेक्स्ट शर्मा महोदय.
Swamiji, where do you have the two consonants there?
sh घृष.
Oh.
The
Okay.
shakara is that.
Okay, I'm thinking something else. Okay.
शर्मा महोदय.
चेष्ट एकाचो द्वे प्रथमस्य चेष्ट चेष्ट हलादिशेषः चेचेष्ट. That's all.
That's all. Okay. Che is a dirgha swara. So even when there is h, we do hrasvaha. So what do we do when we get, what we do we get when we do hrasvaha?
I am assuming I should not answer that.
Yes.
एकारस्य ह्रस्वो नास्ति न?
एकारस्य ह्रस्वरूपं नास्ति, किन्तु इकारः भवति. There is one sutra, paribhasha, general paribhasha, which says echa ig hrasvadeshe. एचः ह्रस्वादेशे इक् इक् वर्णः भवति. The corresponding इक् letter, अर्थात् एकारस्य इकारः, ओकारस्य उकारः. So if there is any case where we have to shorten an H letter, we replace it with the corresponding ik. So अत्र चेष्ट एकारस्य इकारादेशे चिचेष्ट इति भवति. So I forgot to mention this last class. I should have given that example with hrasvaha, but yes.
टु श्वी एकाच द्वे प्रथमस्य श्वी श्वी हलादिः शेषः शिश्वी. That's all.
चिश्वी.
अभ्यासे चर्चा न वर्तते. शकारः शरन्तर्गतः.
Satyam. So even if you do, it's the same shakana. So shishvi iti bhavati. So next, drawn.
Tu bhrazri anubandhalope vraj ekacho dve pratham dvitve krite ekacho dve prathamaस्य इत्यनेन व्राज व्राज इति स्थिते आदिशेषः इत्यनेन भा भ्राज इति ह्रस्व इत्यनेन भ भ्रासि चर्च इत्यनेन बभ्राज
बभ्राज. द्वित्वे कृते भ्राज भ्राज हलादिशेषः भा भ्राज ह्रस्वः भभ्राज अभ्यासे चर्चा बभ्राज. अग्रिमं
तृ तत्र द्वित्वे एकाचो द्वे इति तृ तृ उरत् इत्यनेन तर्तृ हलादिशेष इत्यनेन ततृ
ततृ इति भवति. तृ तृ उरत् इति अत्वम् उरण्रपरः इति रपरः, अतः तर् तृ हलादिशेषः इति कृते ततृ इति भवति. हिमांशु महोदय.
Thanks. Hod, then shlau hod hod, haladi sheshaha ho hod, kuhosh juhu jo hod, abhyase church jo hod, hrasvaha ju hod.
Ju hod. Taha hod. Hod hod. We do hrasvaha there. Anyway, hrasvaha will usually be done before the abhyase charcha, because that is in the Tripadi. So that is fine. Yes. So hu hod, kuhosh juhu ju hod, abhyase charcha ju hod. Next one.
Dhuma.
Mm.
So this is Dhuma. Dhuma.
Mm.
Then Haladisheshah Dha Dhuma.
Mm.
Hraswah
Mm.
Dha Dhuma.
Mm.
Abhyase Charcha Dadhma.
Dadhma. Samyak.
Soumya, I have a question.
Yes.
Should it be Juhod or Johod? Shouldn't it be Hirsva of this thing? Should it be O should become Ju?
That's what he said. Haswaha. He put it at the end, but Juhod.
Juhod. Okay. Thanks.
Juhod. Sudhakar Mohoday.
नमस्ते
Mm.
आर्टिस्
Mm.
अजादे द्वितीयस्य इत्यनेन अटिटिस्
Atitisa. Since this is Anekach and Ajadi, we replicate or we do Dvitva for the second Ekach, which is T or Tis as said. So Atitisa is the final form.
That's it. Yeah.
Next
one.
Mm.
लिखिसा द्वित्वे कृते लिखिसा लिखिसा इति हलादिशेषः इत्यनेन लि लिखिसा
द्वित्वे कृते लि लिखिसा इत्येव भवति यतोहि एकाचः द्वे प्रथमस्य एकाचः एव द्वित्वम्. So if it is haladi, we don't, if it is anekach, we don't duplicate the whole. We duplicate only the first ekach. Right. If it is ajadi, we duplicate the second ekach. If it is haladi, we duplicate the first ekach. So it will be lilikhisa, but the dvitva will be only for li likhisa. Or in other case, as I said, there are two traditions. First thing is, say when you are doing atitisa, what is ekach? One tradition takes it till the next ach. So if we are duplicating atisa, it will actually be a tis tis a. So tis is the ekach which is to be duplicated. So in that case we do haladi sheshaha. The final form will be atitisa. Similarly in likhisa, duplicate likh likh isa. So then haladi sheshaha li likhisa. Or there are some traditions which take it only for the T. So ati ti sa or li li khi sa. Okay. Shadagopan Mohoday.
Akisa,
Hmm.
Aki idit Ankisa.
No, there is no idit here becoming. Akisa is the dhatu which we are taking. It's a sannanta.
Oh, okay.
So the
I
whole
thought it was
thing.
Aki.
No.
Akisa, Akisa, Akis, Kisa.
Hmm.
And now Abhyase Charcha iti Akikisa. Aki Kisa.
Kuhoschuhu, because this is ki.
Oh, yes. Kuhoschuhu iti Achikisa.
Achikisa. So akisa.
Achikisa.
So a kisa a haladi sheshaha ityane krite a ki sa kuhoschuhu achikisa.
Achikisa.
Next one.
Ikshisa. Ikshisa. Ikshis. Kshisa. Ik. Kshisa. Haladi sheshaha. Ik. Kshisa. And then chuhu. Kuhoschuhu. Ichikish. Ichikshisa.
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 So you have the, again, because it is ajadi, you have the ajadehe dvitiyasya ekachaha dvitvam. So you have e kshis kshis a haladi sheshaha iti krite e ki. In kshi, the first hal is kakara. So kakara remains, shakara is removed. So you have e ki kshi sa kuhoschuhu iti chutve krite e chikshisa. So anybody else wants to try? You can even try it on the there is not requirement for hrasva here because it is already hrasva. The first swara is dirgha, but it is only abhyasa that we are looking at. The abhyasa has the ki as a hrasva only, so we don't require hrasva here. Okay. Mahadevan.
Gum pisa. Gu gets doubled, so gu gum pisa. Oho chuho gu gum pisa.
Jugum pisa.
Jugum pisa.
Yes. So you have gum the dvitva, so haladi sheshaha, you get gu gumpisa and then ju gumpisa. Yes, next.
Uchisa. Adadi tena chisa a. I don't know what happens after that.
You have chi. So wherever we have Mahaprana, it is abhyase charcha. So u chi chi sa.
U chi, that is the first letter. Chi chi sa. Uchi sa.
No, uchi chi sa.
Uchi chi sa. Okay, uchi chi sa.
So the chakara becomes chakara by abhyase charcha. Uchi chi sa.
Swamiji, when we did Oshvi to Oshvi, we said O Shvi Shvi, right?
There is no O.
No, to Oshvi. So we did O Shvi Shvi, right? The Ajade Dvitiyasya.
No. O then, is there it. To O Shvi, O is it. The dhatu is only Shvi.
Okay, dhatu is Shvi.
Dhatu is only
so
Shvi.
Then it will be Shvi Shvi. Then won't it be V Shvi then?
Why?
She, I mean, Shakara and Ikara with She Shvi.
Yes, Shishvi is the rupa.
Okay, not Ishvi. Okay, because no. I thought I heard it as Shishvi. Okay.
No, Shishvi. So you have haladi sheshaha, vakara goes, so you have she shvi.
She shvi. Okay, thanks.
Yes. Yes, Paul, you want to take this?
Okay, so it's where are we now? Is it A? Okay.
Edhisa.
Okay, Edi. So Edisa, then we have Edis. So we have what is it? Aja. Let's see. It's
Yes.
Ajade.
Yes. Yeah.
I think we're using shlau here, right?
No.
And so then we get
Sanyango.
Okay. So then so the sun. Okay. So then we get Edisa. So we get Edis Disa. And Haladisha we get Edis Disa. And then we get Hasa. No, sorry. We get Abhyase Charsha. So then we get Edidhisa.
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 So dvitiyasya, ajader dvitiyasya iti, dvitiyasya ekachaha dvitvam. So you get dvitva for dhi or dhis. So dhis a haladi sheshaha. Dhi dhisa. Abhyase charcha. Didhisa. Next one.
And we have so Hedisa. So it's
ekacho dve pratamasiya we're going to use, and he disa, head
is a
head disa, and head disa. Okay, head disa, and then we get haladishesha, so we get he disa, and then hasvaha we get he disa, and juhostuhu we get jihe disa. So I think we end up with jihe disa.
Kuhostuhu gives you jihe disa.
Oh, that's right. Okay, jihe disa. That's right. I knew I might be not getting that right. All right, and then we have to do abhyasa charsha. Okay.
Jihe disa. So head is a haladisheshah. Head is a hrasvaha echa ik hrasvadeshe. So it becomes he head is a kuhostuhu ji head is a abhyase charcha ji head is a. Okay, so even if this is anekach, remember wherever we have anekach we don't do dvitiyasya ajadehe dvitiyasya. Yadi anekach ajadishcha tarhi dvitiyasya ekachah. So yadi anekach haladihi tarhi prathamasya ekachah eva dvitvam. Okay, so that's answering one question. There's one more question about, I'm not very clear about item 13 and 14. Repeat it. Yes, certainly. Akisa. So this is anekach and ajadi. So we do dvitva for the second ekach, which is the kis. So a kis a haladi sheshaha a ki kisa. So kakarasya chavargadeshaha kuhoshchuhu. So achi kisa iti bhavati. Similarly with ikshi, this is again anekach and ajadi. Ataha dvitiyasya ekachah kshi. इत्यस्य द्वित्वम् अ क्षिस् अ अत्र हलादिशेषः इति कृते देयर इज क श इ स् सो आदिः हल् ककारः शिष्यते अन्ये हलः लुप्यन्ते सो यू हैव इ कि क्षि स कुहोश्चुः इति ककारस्य चुत्वे ईचिक्षिस इति भवति. Okay. So now the last two. Ananta Krishna.
Anchisa. तत्र अजादेः द्वितीयस्य इत्यनेन प्रायः द्वितीय एकाच् एव अस्ति. अस्तु अनेकाच् खलु अनेकाच् इत्यनेन द्वितीय अस्तु ततः इञ्च् तस्य द्वित्वं भवति.
नन्द्रास् संयोगादयः संयोगस्य आदौ नकारः अस्ति चेत् तस्य द्वित्वं न भवति.
सो ततः चि इत्यस्य एव द्वित्वं भवति. आचिञ्चिस
न अंचि चि स. You have the an. Take out the an. Chi ityasya dvitve chi chi sa. An chi chi sa.
Anchi chi sa. Anchi chi sa. तदेव खलु.
तावदेव. अग्रिमम्.
अच्छिस. तत्रापि अनेकाचित् दृश्यते खलु. अजादेः द्वितीयस्य इत्यनेन अनेकाच् अपि. सो ततः अर्चिस अर्चिर्चिस वा
अर्चिचिस अत्रापि रेफः अस्ति संयोगादौ अतः नन्द्रा संयोगादयः इत्यनेन रेफस्य द्वित्वं न भवति अर् ची ची इत्यस्य द्वित्वे ची ची अर् ची ची स
अर्चिचिस धन्यवादः
अत्र एकः प्रश्नः अस्ति हे हेडिस् इत्यत्र केन सूत्रेण हे इत्यस्य हि इत्यादेशः सूत्रं तु ह्रस्वः इत्येव so the sutra which gives hrasva for he is hrasvah but the question is what should we apply for hrasva for ekara because ekara does not have a hrasva a is not there so then we have a paribhasha echa ig hrasvadeshe which says wherever there is hrasvadesha for h we use ik okay so that is why we use ikara but the sutra for hrasva is hrasvah okay अन्यः प्रश्नः अस्ति all the अत्र सर्वत्र सकारस्य षत्वं भवति इति अर्चिष अर्चिचिष अंचिचिष इति भवति so shatva is there because of the ikara but since that is not part of the dvitva thing we are not taking it शर्मा महोदय प्रश्नः अस्ति वा
अंचिस इत्यत्र अभ्यासः अंचि अत्र हलादिः शेषः
न अभ्यासः अंचि न अभ्यासः कः द्वित्वे कृते पूर्वः अवयवः कस्य द्वित्वं कृतं चि इत्यस्य द्वित्वं कृतं ची इत्यस्य द्वित्वं कृतम् अतः ची इत्येव अभ्यासः ची ची इति स्थिते ची इत्यस्यैव अभ्याससंज्ञा न तु अंचि इत्यस्य यस्य द्वित्वं क्रियते तत्र पूर्वः अवयवः अभ्याससंज्ञः
अत्र ची 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 is the second one is it not
so chi is the first one chi is also the second one the first is also chi only not anchi you cannot include the an in abhyasa because we have not doubled the an it is only whatever is doubled which is called abhyasa in whatever gets dvitva the first part is called abhyasa but an will not be a part of abhyasa at all द्वित्वे कृते पूर्वः अभ्याससंज्ञः यस्य द्वित्वं क्रियते तस्य पूर्वः अवयवः अतः so anchi इत्यत्र अभ्याससंज्ञा तु chi इत्यस्यैव you have an take out the an it is not at all taking part in the dvitva so you have an chi chi sa so atra prathamasya chi अथवा if you are doubling chis you can do it as an chis chis
अत्र एकः प्रश्नः अस्ति if we take an then nandra संयोगादयः न वर्तते
see nandra संयोगादयः comes before you do dvitva right nandra संयोगादयः इत्यस्य प्रयोगस्तु द्वित्वात् पूर्वं so even before you do dvitva when you are trying to decide what to duplicate you use nandra संयोगादयः you decide that nakara is not a part of is not going to be doubled so what do you double you double chi
no just I have one question
yes
you are separating an chi sa
I am not separating an chi sa
prathama ekachi is an
yes
dvitiya ekachi is chi
no I am not separating an for that the dvitiya ekach is what is ekach that is why I defined ekach when you have one ach whichever consonants come before it and also after it till the next ach is ekach okay so the dvitiya ekach here is n ch I s or by some traditions it can be n ch I you take only before and not after but in any case nakara is part of the second ekach that is why we require the sutra nandra sanyogadayah okay I'll just write it so you have anch is just one moment okay so anchisa ityatra dvitvam karaniyam आदौ अकारः अस्ति Sorry. So then you have n, ch, I, s. Alright, so or maybe a, n, ch, I, s, a. एतावन्तः वर्णाः सन्ति अत्र. अत्र कः द्वितीयः एकाच्? The द्वितीयः ach is I. Okay. So now the definition of ekach is it includes all consonants which come before and after. Okay. So you have this whole thing is ekach. The second ekach is all this. Okay. There is always overlapping between the ekach. Okay. So the first ekach is anch. So this is the first ekach till you meet the next ach. So if you come to E, the second ekach is all consonants which come before and after till ach. So ach is always the boundary for ekach. Okay, the clearest way to know is that the boundary for ekach is always the ach which comes before and the ach which comes after. So the second ekach is n, ch, I, s. Okay, इदानीम् अस्य द्वित्वं कर्तव्यं किन्तु नन्द्रा संयोगादयः इत्यनेन संयोगादिः नकारः द्वित्वं न प्राप्नोति अतः किं क्रियते चिस् इत्यस्य द्वित्वं क्रियते. Okay, so what we do is
अत्र पूर्वः किम्? According to your analysis, what is पूर्वोऽभ्यासः? पूर्वोऽभ्यासः हलादिशेषः, हलादिः शेषः, अभ्यासस्य हलादिः शेषः.
Okay, may I explain 1 minute? So what we did was you have an, ch, is. No, wait, please wait. So you have ch, is. This is what we had. This is what we have doubled. So you have, sorry.
You said right from n, chi, s. This is the second ekach.
Yes, it is.
Is it not?
Yes.
This is the second ekach, and it is this we are doubling.
Yes. We are not doubling it because Nandra Sanyogadaya takes away the Nakara. So we are not doubling the Nakara. We are not doubling it because Nandra Sanyogadaya stays right at the beginning that don't double the Nakara. So we are not doubling it. What we are doubling is only this. So we have the chi.
The second one will be chi. The second one will be, the doubled one is chi.
Yes, chis rather. So the doubled one is here. Chi is, chi is. Okay, atra, so you have two parts here. Atra purvaha abhyasaha. So this chis is abhyasa. The whole thing is,
atra purvaha anchi is the purva.
Where is the anchi? How is anchi purva? You are not including the nakara in doubling. Dvitve krite purvaha abhyasaha. Dvitve krite. What have you doubled? You have doubled ch is. And you have doubled, you have ch is, that is what is doubled. Tatra purvaha, what is purva avayava is ch is. So only this is abhyasa. The one what comes before or after is not included in abhyasa.
That means we are differing in defining what is the purva abhyasa here.
We should not differ because that is the definition. Dvitve krite purvaha abhyasa samyah syat. Dvitve krite, after you double, purvaha, the first part of whatever has been doubled is abhyasa. Whatever is before does not matter. It's only after you do dvitva that you decide what is the abhyasa.
Okay.
Clear?
Thank you.
No problem. So, ch is iti abhyasah. Tatra adihi hal chakaraha shishyate. Anye halaha nama sakaraha lupyate. So what you have is if you apply haladisheshaha, this sakara will be deleted. So you have a, n, ch, I, s, a. So if you join it, it is an, chi, chi, sa. Okay. So any other questions? Please ask. Because I mean it is better to get it clear at the beginning and rather after, what happens is when you're learning a topic for the first time, it is easier to ask doubts. So you learn it for say few years and then you get a doubt, then you have that extra block to ask. I mean, now, yeah, I do get some such doubts these days, but it is rather difficult to find whom to ask or how to ask. There's always this question that you're supposed to know it. Okay, so don't worry about it. If you have any questions, you can always ask. Okay. Okay, so coming here, there are a few other questions. So atra anchis, the sakara is part of the nchis and also the sa. Yes, there is always the overlapping between ekach. So the first ekach is anch, the second ekach is nch is, the third ekach is s a. So there is overlapping between the different ekach parts. Okay. So the next question, why is it not anchis due to shchutvam? Yes, I mean, once you go forward, the nakara will become nyakara, but I didn't include it because, as I said, it is not part of the dvitva, because you do apply stoshchunashchuhu later, at some time later in the prakriya. So here, because we are concentrating only on the dvitva part, I have not converted the nakara to nyakara. Okay. Yes, there are other questions. Padma Mami?
The 18th one, Hedisa. അതിലെ வந்து head எப்படி வந்ததுன்னு
Adha, the same thing. So the ekach, when you are taking ekach, so you have h, a, d, e, s, a. So epo ekach, when we are trying to take, it is always you have the ach. So before and after till the next ach. So h, a, d. So this is the first ekach. Okay, the second ekach is d, e, s. The third ekach is s, a. Okay, so the standard rule for ekach is whatever consonants come before and after the ach till you meet the next ach. So head is the first ekach, so we double it, it becomes head, head is a hrasvaha, he head is a, sorry, haladisheshaha, he head is a, hrasvaha, he head is a, chutvam chartvam. Okay,
Thank you.
no problem. Rao Mohodaya.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes.
From question 10 to 20,
Yes.
every one ends in sakara. आदेश प्रत्ययोः इत्यनेन सकारस्थाने शकारः भवति वा न?
भवति तेन अन्येनापि पृष्टं भवति, किन्तु अस्मिन् प्रकरणे तु मया द्वित्वस्य विषये एव लक्ष्यं दीयते इत्यतः अन्यत् न कृतम्. I did not do any other karya other than dvitva. I mean, we are not concentrating on it. There will be, yes, as soon as you have the ikara, adesha pratyayoho ityanena shatvam bhavatyeva.
And then the other question is, this is are you using that to get these forms? Sanadyantaha dhatavaha ityanena saka. These are all
Sanadyanta. So the dvitva is by the sutra called sanyangoh, which says sanantasya yangantasya cha dvitvam bhavati. So the dvitva here will be by sanyangoh. These are sanantas, and yes, they are dhatus by sanadyanta dhatu.
Okay, thank you.
There's one more question. Is ekach always by this same definition? Or will we find this term having another definition in another sutra someday? Definitely different. See, the ekach for this, the dvitva purpose is different than the ekach which we use in other sutras. Generally, ekach simply means that which has a single ach. So there are cases where it is used to mean only one ach and nothing else. So there are cases where it is just any samudaya having one ach. So this kind of distinction we need to do only in dvitva. So for dvitva, this is the ekach. So the ach along with the previous and later consonants. Okay. Any other questions with dvitva? अग्रे सरामः। Okay. So एतानि सामान्य अभ्यासकार्याणि हलादिशेषः ह्रस्वः कुहोश्चुः अभ्यासे चर्चा उरत् इति पञ्चकार्याणि सामान्यतः सर्वत्र द्वित्वे कृते भवन्ति. But if you remember looking at the Ashtadhyayi, the Abhyasa Karyas which come at the end of the Angadhikara. Okay. So 7-4 at the end of Abhyasa, this one you have the Abhyasa Karya. Okay. Abhyasa Karyam Apadantam. Ita Arabhya Padanta Paryantam Abhyasa Karyam. So you have a set of sutras which are the Samanya Abhyasa Karyani. That is wherever we have Dvitva, there is the karya will happen. So then you have liti abhyasa karyani. So it says liti, litlakare eva kanichana karyani bhavanti. Shlau eva karya chatushtayam asti. So then again you have specifically for sun, specifically for young look, for chung, etc. So what we need now is this section, 4 sutras which are specific to shlu. Yatra shlau iti dvitvam kriyate tatra etani abhyasakaryaani vishishya bhavanti. Okay. So let's go to those visheshakarya, shlau visheshakaryam. ततः पूर्वम् एकः प्रश्नः अस्ति द्वित्वस्य विषये. धुमा इत्यस्य विषये पाघ्राधुमा इत्यस्य प्रवृत्तिः भवति वा न वा इति. द्वित्वस्य प्रसक्तिः तु लिट्लकारे एव. लिट्लकारः अर्धधातुकः. अर्धधातुकत्वात् पाघ्राधुमा इत्यस्य उपयोगः नास्ति, because पाघ्राधुमा is shiti. It is only in shit. And for this dvitva we are talking about litlakara which does not get the shap vikarana. अतः अत्र पाघ्राधुमा इति आदेशः न भवति. So coming to the shlau visheshakaryam, प्रथमं सूत्रम् अस्ति निजां त्रयाणां गुणः श्लौ. So dhatu पाठे निजां त्रयाणां इति षष्ठी. So starting from nich there are 3 त्रयः धातवः, तेषां श्लौ गुणः भवति अभ्यासस्य इति अनुवर्तते. अभ्यासस्य गुणः, श्लौ परे अभ्यासस्य गुणः. निजादीनां त्रयाणाम् अभ्यासस्य गुणः स्यात् श्लौ. अतः निज इति धातुः द्वित्वे कृते निज निज हलादिशेषः इत्यनेन जकारे लुप्ते नि निज. अभ्यासस्य गुणः, अभ्यासः नि, तत्र इकारस्य गुणे कृते ने निज इति भवति. So नि निज becomes ne nij. Okay. So wij. So the next sutra, the nijam trayanam, we take it through the dhatu patha. So you have nijir, vijir and vishli. So you have nij becomes ne nij, vij, vij vij, vivij, nijam trayanam gunaha ityanena gune krite ve vij. So vish, vish vish, vivish, ve vish. अतः निजां त्रयाणां गुणः श्लौ इत्यनेन नेनिज वेविज वेविश इति अंगत्रयं सिद्ध्यति. So it is only for these 3 dhatus abhyasasya गुणः भवति श्लौ. अग्रिमं सूत्रम् अस्ति भृण्याम् इत्. भृण्याम् इति पुनः षष्ठी बहुवचनम्, इत् इति प्रथमा एकवचनं, त्रयाणाम् इति अनुवर्तते, अभ्यासस्य इति श्लौ इति. कः अर्थः? भृण्यां त्रयाणां. So for 3 dhatu starting from भृञ, अभ्यासस्य इत् इकारादेशः भवति श्लौ. भृयां त्रयाणाम् अभ्यासस्य इत् नाम इकारः, ह्रस्व इकारादेशः स्यात् श्लौ परतः. भृ इति धातुः गुणे कृते क्षम्यतां द्वित्वे कृते भृ भृ, उरत् इत्यनेन अत्वे भर् भृ, हलादिशेषः इति रेफे लुप्ते भ भृ अनेन सूत्रेण भृण्याम् इत् इत्यनेन अभ्यासस्य इत्वम्. So the akara is replaced by ikara. So you have bhi bhr अभ्यासे चर्च इत्यनेन भकारस्य बकारादेशे बिभृ. So भृ becomes बिभृ. माङ् माने इति धातुः अस्ति, अतः मा इति धातुः द्वित्वे कृते मा मा. ह्रस्वः इत्यनेन अभ्यासस्य ह्रस्वे कृते म मा. भृण्यामित् इत्यनेन इत्वे कृते मि मा. मिमीते इति रूपम्. सो मा इत्यस्य मिमा, भृ इत्यस्य बिभृ. एवं हा इति धातुः ओहाक् त्यागे this is ohang gatau. So there are two dhatus ha in the juhotyadi ohang tyage iti ekah dhatuh, ohak क्षम्यताम् ohang gatau iti ekah dhatuh, ohak tyage iti aparah dhatuh. So the dhatu here is the gatau, ohang gatau iti dhatuh. Tasya ha ha iti dvitve hasve kuhoshchuhu iti chartve. So you have bhranyam it, so it becomes ji ha. Kuho abhyase charcha ityanena jashtve kate jiha, jihati, jihite rather. So it is a atmanepadi. Okay. So bhr, bibhr, ma, mima, ha, jiha. एतेषां त्रयाणां भृण्याम् इत् इत्यनेन इदादेशः भवति. Okay. So this is the sutra for ikara in mang. Okay, mimaite. So tritiyam karyam asti, tritiyam sutram asti, arti pipartyoshcha. Arti pipartyoho iti षष्ठी द्विवचनम च चकारः. इत इति अनुवर्तते. भ्रियाम् इत् इतः इत इति अनुवर्तते अभ्यासस्य श्लौ. So arti pipartyoh, arti iti r dhatuh, piparti iti pr dhatuh. Etayoh abhyasasya श्लौ परे इत्वं भवति. So r pr एतयोः धात्वोः अभ्यासस्य इत् इत्यादेशः भवति श्लौ. अतः ऋ ऋ ऋ उरत् इत्यनेन अत्वे कृते अर् ऋ हलादिशेषः अत्र आदौ हल् नास्ति, अतः रेफः लुप्यते. सो यु गेट् अ ऋ. इदानीम् अस्य अकारस्य इदादेशः यु गेट् इ ऋ. इ ऋ इति अङ्गम्. पृ धातुः द्वित्वे पृ पृ, उरत् इति अत्वे पर् पृ, हलादिशेषः प पृ. इदानीम् अर्तिपिपर्त्योश्च इत्यनेन इत्वे कृते पि पृ. सो पिपर्ति इति भवति. सो ऋ धातोः पृ धात्वोश्च अभ्यासस्य इत् इत्यादेशः भवति. So you have I R and pipr. पंच धातूनां इदादेशः भवति. भृण्यां त्रयाणां. So you have भृ मा हा r and pr. Okay. So before that निजां त्रयाणां गुणः भवति. So the last sutra is bahulam छन्दसि. So छन्दसि नाम वेदेषु bahulam itvam bhavati. Bahulam. So bahulam is which says क्वचित् प्रवृत्तिः क्वचित् अप्रवृत्तिः क्वचित् विभाषा क्वचित् अन्यदेव. So bahula grahana, wherever Panini takes up bahula, it governs any kind of karya. So it can be kvachit pravrittihi. So it operates the whichever karya it is talking about, it will apply in some cases. Kvachit apravrittihi, it will not apply in some cases. Kvachit vibhasha, it will apply optionally in some cases. kvachit anyadeva, and in some cases it can be something totally different. So all this is summed up by the term bahulam. So chandasi. So in the Vedic usage, the itva is bahula. That is, there are some prayogas where you hear itva, there are some where you don't. So the decision is only going by the Vedic prayoga. See, always prayoga sharanaha vayyakaranaha, but especially in the case of Vedas, what is there is there. Okay, you cannot do much more than that. So in the Vedas, there might be some, deviation from what is defined as normal, so which has to be accepted. So abhyasasya itvam bahulam bhavati vedeshu. छन्दस विषये अभ्यासस्य श्लौ बहुलम इदादेशः भवति. So ga iti dhatuh. If you look at actually the dhatu patha of the chura juhotyadi gana, I think we have not yet looked at it. So this is the juhotyadi gana. So this is the dhatu patha order of it. As you can see, bhriyadihi. So there are three dhatus starting from bhri, which is dubhri, mang, and ohang. Okay. So then you have nijam trayanam. So nijir, vijir, and vishlu. So you can see here from the ghr dhatu till the ga dhatu, all these are listed as chandasaha, that is only Vedic usage. So these dhatus are used only in the Vedas except r, which also has the bhashayam. All the other dhatus are only Vedic dhatus. So in case of these dhatus, bahulam itvam bhavati. So there are some which get itva, there are some which do not. So we know that only by usage. So ga dhatu asti, tasya itvam bhavati, jiga iti bhavati, jigati. Evam ghr dhatuh, tasya ghr ghr, ghar ghr, gha ghr, kuhoshchuh iti chutvam, itvam bhavati. Abhyase charcha. So jighr, ghr ityasya jighr, hr ityasya jihr. So these three dhatus among the chandasa dhatus, they get itva by bahulam chandasi. Etesham trayanam itvam bhavati. Okay. So these are the four special abhyasa karyas for the जुहोत्यादिगण. निजाम त्रयाणाम गुणः श्लौ इत्यनेन त्रयाणाम धातूनाम अभ्यासस्य गुणः भवति. So nij becomes ne nij. So wij ve wij, vish ve vish. भ्रियाम इत इत्यनेन त्रयाणाम धातूनाम अभ्यासस्य इकारादेशः भवति. So भृ बिभृ, मा मिमा, हा जिहा. अर्तिपिपर्त्योश्च ऋ धातोः पृ धातोश्च अभ्यासस्य इत्वं भवति. So ऋ becomes I ऋ, पृ becomes पिपृ. बहुलं छन्दसि इत्यनेन वेदेषु केषाञ्चन धातूनां इत्वं भवति. So गा जिगा, घृ जिघृ, ह्र जिह्र. So as you say, yes, since it is bahula grahana, it can be optional. I mean, there might be some forms in the Vedas which don't have itva even for these dhatus, but commonly, found forms in the Vedas, these three dhatus have itva. Okay. So any questions at this stage? Yes.
Yeah. If you look at the number 8 in the exercise, through, there is rukara also there. Does it become pitru?
No, it is not for the tru dhatu. It is only for arti and pr. That is the pr dhatu, the of the juhotyadi. So arti pipartyoscha.
But just a minute back you said gru is jigru.
Ghr is jigru because it is a chandasa dhatu and we have the bahulam chandasi. So it is only if in the case of Vedic Prayoga, if there is usage. So not for all Rikarantas. This is not even for Rikarantas. It is just the Vedic. So among those Vedic dhatus, ye chandasaha dhatavaha, teshu bahulam itvam bhavati. So these three are the dhatus which are found with itva in the Vedas. Okay.
So that means even for any dhatu that is a, you cannot get the
No, not at all. Only for those which are specified. So forget Vedas. If you forget the Vedas, it is only 5. You have bhr, ma, ha, and then r, pr. There's only these 5 which get itva in abhyasa. In the Juhotya.
Universal?
Hmm?
This is a universal
for this gana.
condition?
For this gana. We are talking about Juhotyadi gana. In the Juhotyadi gana, it is only these 5. So the 3 bhriyadi dhatus by bhriyamit, and then you have r and pr. Where is pr? Pr is here, and then r is here. So it is both the Vedic and it is also there in the Bhasha. So these 5 get itva. For the Vedic Prayoga, it is bahula. So among these, it is those 3 dhatus which get it. That's all.
Okay, thank you.
So is this sutra only for these 3 Vedic dhatus or all others listed as chandasaha in the spreadsheet? See, the sutra says bahulam chandasi. That is for the chandasa dhatus, it is bahula. That is, you cannot define which ones. So these 3 are the ones which I found. I mean, from my reference and books, I found that bahulam chandasi applies for these 3 dhatus. For the other dhatus, it does not apply. Okay, that is what Pushpa Dikshit says. I clarify the sources. Also, because I don't know the Vedic Prayogas, so I cannot say that I am basing it on Prayogas. From what I could find from Pushpa Dikshit books and Kashika and other books, it is these 3 which get the Itva by Bahulam Chandasi. Okay. So, but not consistently even for these 3 dhatus, you can say only after you look at all Prayogas, which is in the Vedas. You cannot define it. I mean, that is why Panini does not try to define it. He simply says Bahulam. So, I mean, sometimes it feels like he's running away from trying to define, but it is probably undefinable. There is no other reason. I mean, if it were definable, Panini would have said these 3 will get Itva. So it doesn't. I mean, not consistently for these. Some others may have a Itva sometime. So that is why the sutra is Bahulam Chandasi. Okay. So wherever there is Bahulam, it is very difficult to define it exactly. I mean, that is why Panini says Bahula. So you combine the Bahulam and Chandasi, it is like it is beyond definition. Chandasi itself is beyond definition. I mean, wherever it says Veda, it is like you have to take Drishtanuvidhish Chandasi. Whatever is seen, whatever Prayoga, each Prayoga has to be justified or substantiated. And Bahula Grahana is also like that. So that's it. अपरः एकः प्रश्नः अस्ति अत्र ने निज अत्र ह्रस्वः इति पुनः कुतः न भवति? There's no point in doing it. I mean, if you do, you already have nij. So ne nij gune krite ne nij iti bhavati. Punaha hrasve, you will end back with ni nij, right? So you will end back with ni nij. So why? Then the sutra itself will lose its purpose, right? Sutra samarthyat gunaha vidhiyate gunavidhana samarthyat punaha hrasvaha na bhavati. Okay. Nenij is not an apavada for hrasva. See, I mean, it is not the same thing. So you have ni nij, you don't need a hrasva there. You would generally stop there. So nij, by normal abhyasa karyas, you would stop at ni nij. So this specifically says then do a guna for the abhyasa. So it becomes ne nij. So after that, can you apply hrasva again? Theoretically, you can, because hrasva simply says abhyasasa hrasvaha bhavati. But if you again apply hrasva, why did you do guna at all? So nijam trayanam gunaha shlau iti sutrasya kim prayojanam? Sutram vyartham. So vyartham zat samarthyat गुणे कृते ह्रस्वः न भवति. So any other questions? So we have done the abhyasa karya or dvitva for all dhatus of the jhotyādigana. सामान्य अभ्यास कार्याणि तथा विशेष अभ्यास कार्याणि. So we will just see there are 25 or 24 dhatus in the Juhotyādigana. We split them as ajantaha and halantaha for the purpose of prakriya. So ajanteshu akarantaha mang mane dhatuh tasya ma iti. So dvitve krate mi ma भृन्याम इत इत्यनेन अभ्यासस्य इत्वम्. ओहांग गतौ तस्य जि हा. ओहाक् त्यागे हा धातुः हा हा ह्रस्वः ह हा कुहोश्चुः झ हा अभ्यासे चर्चा जहा. So that is the difference between ohang and ohak. So both of them have ha, किन्तु ohang इत्यस्य जिहीते इति रूपम्, ohak इत्यस्य तु जहाति. So because only ohang is included in the bhrunyam it, ha dhatoh na bhavati. So da dada ह्रस्वः अभ्यासस्य, धा दधा अभ्यासस्य ह्रस्वः अभ्यासे चर्च इत्यनेन चर्तुम्. गा जिगा बहुलं छन्दसि इत्यनेन इत्वं भवति. So these 6 are the akaranta dhatus. Ikarantaha ki ityasya chiki. So I have ki, ki, kuhoshchuhu ityanena chutve chiki. भी धातुः द्वित्वे कृते भी ह्रस्वः भी अभ्यासे चर्च बिभी. ह्री इति धातुः लज्जायां. सो ह्री द्वित्वे कृते ह्री हलादिशेषः हि ह्री कुहोश्चुः और सॉरी ह्रस्वः. सो हि ह्री कुहोश्चुः झि ह्री अभ्यासे चर्च जिह्री. सो चिकी बिभी जिह्री इति त्रयः इकारान्ताः. उकारान्तः एक एव धातुः अस्ति हु धातुः. द्वित्वे कृते हु कुहोश्चुः झु हु अभ्यासे चर्च जुहु जुहोति इति. ऋकारान्ताः भृ धातुः तस्य भ्रियामित् इत्यनेन अभ्यासस्य इत्वं बिभृ. पृ धातुः अर्तिपिपर्त्योश्च इत्यनेन इत्वं पिपृ. This should be pipru actually. So because the second one is dirgha, you have pru pipru. R dhatuh asyapi artipipartyoscha ityanena itvam, you get I r. So ghr dhatuh छान्दसत्वात् बहुलं छन्दसि इत्यनेन इत्वं जिघ्र. ह्र धातुः बहुलं छन्दसि इति इत्वं जिह्र. सृ धातुः, so this does not get itva, so sr becomes sr. उरत् इत्यनेन अत्वं, so sar sr haladisheshah sasr. Okay, so these are the rikarantas. So ajanteshu आकारान्ताः षट् धातवः, इकारान्ताः त्रयः, उकारान्तः एकः, ऋकारान्ताः षट् धातवः. एते अजन्ताः धातवः. हलन्ताः धातवः, सो भस् 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 हलादिशेषः भ भस् अभ्यासे चर्च बभस्. धन 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 ध धन अभ्यासे चर्चा दधन. जन 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 हलादिशेषः जजन. धिश, so you have धिश धिश हलादिशेषः धी धिश अभ्यासे चर्चा दिधिश. तुर 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 हलादिशेषः तुतुर. Next you have nijam trayanam. Nijir dhatuhu, so nij 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 ni nij. Nijam trayanam gunaha ityanena gune krite ne nij. So similarly, Vij becomes Ve Vij, Vish becomes Ve Vish. So ete ashtau dhatavaha halantaha. Okay. So these are the dhatus of the Juhotyadi Gana. Next we have to see the Rupa Siddhi. So before that, yes, there is still 10 minutes. So Pratyayaha. So we now have the Anga, right? Angam, Angasya Shap Vikaranaha, Shlau Ityanena Vikaranasya Luk, Juhotyadibhya Shluhu Ityanena Shapaha Lopaha, Lope Krite Shlau iti Dvitvam. So we know what is now the Anga part after doing the Dvitva. Okay, so there are Ajantas, there are Halantas. Now coming to the Pratyaya part. What are the Pratyayas? So Pratyayeshu Anadantanam Anganam ye Pratyayaha te eva bhavanti. Since the Angas are not Adanta, so we use the second set of Pratyayas. Kintu tatrapi Visheshaha asti Adabhyastat iti Sutram. So at iti prathama ekavachanam, abhyastat iti pancham ekavachanam, jhaha iti anuvartate pratyayasya iti. So this sutra comes after jhontaha. Ayaneyini yaha padhaka jagam pratyayadinam yuvoranakau jhontaha adabhyastat. So jhontaha ityasya anantaram idam sutram jhaha iti anuvartate. So pratyayavayavasya jhakarasya at ityadeshah bhavati abhyastat parasya. So if it is preceded by an abhyasta, ubhe abhyastam. So all angas in the Juhotyadi Gana are abhyasta because of ubhe abhyastam. Ataha asmin gane jhakarasya at ityadeshah bhavati. Instead of jhontaha, we have adabhyastat. So abhyastad angat parasya pratyavayavasya jhasya at ityadeshah syat. If you remember, the next sutra is atmane padeshvanataha. Jhontaha adabhyastat atmane padeshvanataha. So jhakarasya samanyataha ant ityadeshah, abhyastad angat parasya at ityadeshah, atmane padeshu anadantad angat parasya adadeshah. Okay, so in atmane pada anyway you have at, but because of this sutra, even in parasmai padas, the pratyaya instead of anti it becomes ati, instead of antu it becomes atu. Okay, so jajan jhi ityasti. So jhi ityasya sthane at ityadeshe ati jajanati, jajanti jajantaha jajanati. Similar dadati dattaha dadati, दधाति धत्तः दधति. अतः जुहोत्यादिगणे सर्वत्र प्रथमाविभक्तौ बहुवचने अति इत्येव श्रूयते. So द्वितीयं सूत्रमस्ति, that is one sutra which makes a difference. द्वितीयम् अस्ति सिज् अभ्यस्त विधिभ्यश्च. सिच् अभ्यस्त विधिभ्यः इति पञ्चमी बहुवचनं. च किं भवति? झेः जुस्. झि इत्यस्य स्थाने जुस् इत्यादेशः. ङितः in any ङित् lakara. This is preceded by झेर् जुस्. झेर् जुस् applies only in case of ling. लिङ् लकारे झि इत्यस्य स्थाने जुस् इत्यादेशः भवति. अत्र तु अन्येषु ङित् लकारेषु अभ्यस्तात् परस्य झेः जुस् आदेशः. So प्रत्ययः परः धातोः इत्यधिकारः. सिचः सिच् इति लुङ् लकारे विकरणः. अभ्यस्तात् उभे अभ्यस्तं. विद् इति धातुः. एतेभ्यः परस्य ङित् सम्बन्धिनः झेः. ङित् लकारेषु यः झि प्रत्ययः तस्य जुस् इति आदेशः भवति. So you have अजजन् लङ् झि प्रत्ययः, तत्र जुस् आदेशे अजजनुः iti rupam. So if you look at the pratyayas, these are the pratyayas which we used for the anadanta angas. Anadantebhyaha angebhyaha ete pratyayaha. Okay, tatra visheshaha trishu sthaleshu bhavati. So latlakare lotlakare cha parasmai pade prathama purusha bahuvachane. You would have titaha anti and tutam antu झोन्तः इत्यनेन अन्तादेशे प्राप्ते अदभ्यस्ताद् इत्यनेन अदादेशः. So it becomes ti taha ati, tu tam atu for the abhyasta, that is the juhotyadigana. Similarly, lang lakare sijabhyasta vidibhyascha इत्यनेन जुस् आदेशः भवति झेः. Okay, t tam uhu, अददात् अदत्ताम् अददुः bhavati. So these three are the only changes. If you look at the table for the anadanta angas and the abhyasta anga, these three are the only pratyayas which change. Okay, so sthaladvaye adabhyasta adityanena adadeshah, langlakare sijabhyasta vidibhyascha ityanena jhehe jus. All other pratyayas are the same as for the anadanta anga. Remember, that is the reference, not the adanta anga. We have already seen what is the difference between adantanga and anadantanga. Anadantanga pratyayanam abhyasta pratyayanam cha trishu sthaleshu visheshah. Okay, so with these we will have to move into the rupa siddhi of the dhatus. We have the angas ready, we have the pratyayas ready. What happens when we join, we will see in the next class. Any questions? एकः प्रश्नः इ ऋ इत्यस्ति, तत्र गुणः भवति वा इर इति? No, there is no guna. I mean, it depends on what is there. It is usually iyarti. So there is iyadesha for the abhyasa and guna for the this one. Okay, so it differs. So the anga is I R. So what happens next, we will see in the next class or classes which come. Yes, so the updated Dhatu Patha, the slides, everything will be uploaded in the site. Our the Sanskrit from home.in is working again. So I will, this time I will upload all this. I have to upload for the last 2 classes also. So all those, all the material will be uploaded in the site itself. Okay. येनाक्षरसमाम्नायमधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः. वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतञ्जलिं पाणिनिं सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयम्. धन्यवादः.